AskReddit by Roachpodge. If they made a show called White Mirror that was about all the positive aspects of the human-technology relationship, what would be the plot of certain episodes? I read something a little while back about an ollie escaping its lab and living on the internet, and subtly manipulating things for the better as it learns about humanity. I would really like to see that idea expanded on. Reminds me of some of Asimov's work. There's one where the world is basically run by 2 or 3 enormous mega computers that organize all the goods, services, and labor. There was a part where they are asking it if people were to lie about how much stuff they are producing in a region, or manipulating the numbers to help themselves out. The computer basically says that they all already do that, but that the machine just compensates on the front end so that when people lie, they still end up producing the computer's desired outcome. Fed up with apps like Snapchat and Instagram showing you what you're missing out on, a young girl creates an app which shows all the good memories you don't remember. Mental health problems in the nation diminish significantly as a result. The young girl grows up, gets Alzheimer's. Her relationship with her son is strained. The condition gets worse. She decides to get euthanized because her life is so miserable. The son modifies the app to connect directly with the mother's brain. Dozens of people come to visit. It's all the people her original app has helped. In addition to reliving her own memories, the people share highlights of their own. The mother dies happy, reminded she lead a good life and helped so many people. Disease and aging are eliminated by science. The earth becomes a giant nursery. Once people reach a certain level of maturity, they are sent to forge their destiny among the stars. The episode would be about the person left on Earth the longest, and their journey to discover why. That's a cool idea. A lonely person finds a not horrible group of people with similar interests and eventually meets up with some of them in real life. A lonely person codes a virtual reality based on his favorite comics and codes copies of his co-workers through DNA samples to incur his wrath engendered by his maltreatment in the office. Wait. Remember that episode of Futurama where Fry gets to go back and see his mom in her dream? That would definitely be the plot of one. Here is that scene if you want to be hit with feelings. https://yahoo.be/nqfisoisco close bracket. Or the one with the professor and his parents. Jesus, those writers really had some unfinished business with their parents. The Ala Galadvis post where users essentially saved someone who was slowly dying from carbon monoxide poisoning. That was amazing. Also, the dude who found out he had prostate cancer because he jokingly took a pregnancy test. Every copy of WinRAR would be paid for and registered in the White Mirror universe. Come on. These plots have to be at least somewhat realistic. A small village in Africa, where America's digital waste is sent for processing, is home to the young woman who uses the scrap to build power generators, refrigerators, autoclaves, and ultrasonic cleaners for local medical clinics. The NSA agent tracking someone's communication finds someone suffering and helps them out with money anonymously. You may like the lives of others. There's a rate equals 3715 AE05 on our world news right now about a lifeguard team testing a new drone out and actually getting to use it to save a struggler 700m from shore. This comment, https://www.reddit.com/r/word news/comments/7r8yw4/dsv97nf/closed bracket was made 2 hours before this thread was made, so I'm guessing OP knows all about the drone story. Most episodes of Star Trek, The Next Generation. Except Upper Decks. Hella depressing episode. Someone uses an app to get food delivered to them and they get a little bit more food than they ordered. Used to order from a local diner back when I ordered out more. If I ordered dinner closer to closing time, but not close enough to be an asshole, they would usually throw in a few unsold donuts from that day for free. They were awesome. A teenager in Vietnam is killed by a landmine. https://www.thegguardian.com/world/2012/Vietnam-unexploded-landmines-bombs and his parents decide to donate his organs. One of the receivers of his organs learns about the donor just before they go to college. Years later, the receiver has completed the invention of technology that will quickly and effectively locate buried landmines. That sounds like a futuristic version of one of those Asian bank commercials. Set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, the story of a woman who breaks into a warehouse searching for a teddy bear to cheer up her terminally ill little sister. As she is searching, she encounters robot guard dogs that, upon detecting the intruder, embark on helping her find the correct row and shipping pallet on which the box of teddy bears are stored, and then merge to form a Voltron-like mega robot dog and ride her back to her sister just in time for them to perform life-saving surgery to remove the little girl's tumor and then stay with the girl as her loyal and loving robo-pets, and everyone lives happily ever after. I watched that episode yesterday and that was probably the most tension I've felt in a long time. Skyping my grandma. Hi Gavin. To clarify, this is a Rooster Teeth reference. A severely depressed teenager is able to live a happy, healthy life due to pharmaceutical research and advances in medical technology. A little girl is diagnosed with leukemia and given a year to live. She gets enrolled by her physician in a clinical trial and receives a single injection of her own, genetically modified white blood cells that proceed to cure her cancer. She lives a normal life with no further treatment. It's not even science fiction, it's happening right now. It's called CAR T cells. https://yahoo.be/mxadrg_ckhi PM. But how can I, mild-mannered and unremarkable career politician that I am, possibly ever live out my dreams of raw dogging a swine before the 6 o'clock news? My tortured artist friend, bro, hear me out. I just watched this one last night. I was half expecting the twist to be that he secretly enjoyed it. Someone hacks robotic butterflies and uses social media to find random people doing good things, having the butterflies swarm them for a short time, surrounding them in beauty. I like this. There are these two old lesbians that fall in love in an 80s themed virtual reality simulation. When I first read that, instead of remembering the episode you're referring to, I thought of that episode of Always Sunny where Mac and Charlie's moms live together and they try to make it a show with a laugh track. Oops. A whole episode about dogs. But they are genetically modified dogs who are free of disease and amp, who never die or suffer, and amp, they're matched to your personality perfectly, and amp, you just can't get enough of how much you love life, so you work towards building utopia for others to enjoy. Plus the dogs. A child is abducted, the police have no leads. Her friends from her WoW guild from all over the world pool their talents and resources and track her down. Alternate universe 4chan. I never spent a single thought why it was called Black Mirror until now. Look at your screen but turn it off. Black Mirror. Robots become sentient and liberate humanity from oppression. Also, some of those robots are smoking hot with huge racks. They are barbeaks. Everyone uploads their brain into a system that allows us to experience each other's lives and then puts us back in our bodies. People see that they are all connected and start acting really sweet to each other. Then people start having weird simulated sex using that technology. It spreads. 10 out of 10 doctors advise using it, because that way you can't get STDs. People stop having real physical sex. Cerebrally, https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Saru_Briley was an Indian boy who became separated from his family at age 5. Took a train with his brother, fell asleep, got separated, changed trains, fell asleep again, wound up over 900 miles away from home. His brother was hit by a train and killed that night, and Saru wound up in an adoption agency. He was adopted by an Australian family. Eventually he used Google Maps and his vague childhood memories to attempt to reconstruct where his original home was, and he was reunited with his family in 2012. They made a movie of his story, called Lion. I remember watching 60 Minutes about this. He said he basically gave up and one day while scrolling through Google Maps he found it. Deleted. I'm actually writing this short story. This sex robot realizes she's part of the problem when she comes to the realization that her best customer avoids social interaction and pursuing other sexual interests because he can rely on her. She decides she wants out, but the company that owns her will probably just reprogram her if she goes through the proper channels, and they are also tracking her for work and safety reasons. Hence she conspires with a self-driving car to run away and get a new identity. Alternative. A sex robot becomes self-aware, discovers its owner is using it because of terrible social skills, scans endless amounts of data while owner sleeps, and constructs a mentoring program to help them find the confidence to build a more organic sex life. In the end, the owner finds the love of their life and secretly release the sex bot so it can live a life of its own. Two closeted gay guys find each other on Chatroulette and support each other's journey to come out. Go all in. One of them is in Iran, the other is in North Korea. People actually use their phones to look up information during debates. They use it to hold politicians accountable for their illegal, immoral, and unethical actions. You know, instead of looking at the stupid stuff that the Logan brothers are doing. Follow a small child, maybe about 8 or so, that gets badly hurt and loses their arm or leg. Show the long, slow, painful recovery as they adjust to a new life without something they always thought was there. Cap off the episode with them getting a cutting-edge prosthetic that restores them to near the level they were before their injury. A person with an eating disorder starts a relationship with a smart fridge that convinces them to start eating. Not sure if this one is here, but here it goes. Family leaves dog home by themselves with a doggy camera. The dog figures out that it's not a camera, but a way to travel to wherever its person is. Think beaming like in Star Trek. As its person works away on an awful Excel spreadsheet, and their life force gets drained by the corporate machine, the dog transports through its person's phone, toy in mouth, and makes its person, and their co-workers, play chase with it until it's nap time. End of the story. The evil corporate machine decides dogs are okay and gets therapy dogs and puppies to visit every day at lunch. The corporate machine sees increase in productivity and everyone is happy. The end. Cats are also allowed, but only cool ones. The Prime Minister of England still has to have sex with a pig, only it's really touching and romantic and there's candles, Lionel Richie ballads, etc. Literally lolled. A woman brings in a damaged SD card and a tech goes out of his way to recover the information from it. She discovers lost pictures of her deceased son from his last vacation. The tech then shows her how to set these pictures as a screensaver of her computer so she can see them every day. Sometimes she just starts her computer, makes a pot of tea, and watches a screensaver for an hour. Inspired by a true story. The following is based on a true story. The names have been hidden to protect confidentiality. Person A, I am moving to a new city and need to find a roommate. Hey Facebook, does anyone know someone who lives in city? Person B, hey Person A, remember me? We had a few classes together in college. My close friend lives in that city. PM me and I'll connect you guys. Person A, OMG, thanks. BTW, I saw your post the other day. Congratulations on the new job. Person A meets the friend. They decide to become roommates, and it works out great because they have a mutual friend who connected them. Person A is much more comfortable moving to a brand new city and knowing something about the person she'll be living with. The friend will eventually help Person A meet new people in that city and join a circle of friends, one of whom will go on to be her new boyfriend. It even helps build a friendship between Person A and Person B, who now know each other better than they otherwise would have, know each other as more than just former classmates, and can easily stay in touch over social media. This guy's trying to steal ideas for a show he's about to pitch in at Netflix. It's obvious. Deleted. Mother gets her daughter chipped. As a rebellious teen, daughter runs away from home. She has a daughter of her own and struggles with the decision to chip her, finally realizing the motivations of her own mother. She returns home, reconciles with her mother, and they bond over their shared experiences. Better yet, mom chips daughter when she is young due to the fears of a single mother. As the child grows up, mom actually honors the daughter's wish to not watch her. Just like parents and child's diaries. It builds the trust between the two of them. Years later, mom gets a physical trauma alert for her daughter. Daughter is in a car crash in the middle of nowhere, but mom is able to save her because of the microchip.